Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, friends and colleagues from across the world. Welcome to our first Podinar of the day. It's a special edition Podinar with Dr. Kevon Javid, Dr. Latron, and Dr. Julio Reyna Fargi. How are you guys today?
Great, thank you.
You're doing great, thank you.
Great. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you for joining in. I've been quite excited about this Podinar that addresses the Universal School of Health. And we will be conducting this thorough, informative session for our colleagues across the world, all doctors that are tuning in. Dr. Javid needs no introductions. He'll be hosting the session. Dean Latron and Vice Dean Dr. Julio will be chiming in on the questions that will be coming up. And we look forward to providing those answers. But before we get started with the session, quick introduction as to what the Doctor of Healthcare Business is about and who we are reaching out to. And I'm going to play a very short video, my friends, and we'll get started thereafter. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Technical issues there.
Okay.
Maybe we
can show that video a little later.
You got it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Shah.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me just jump into this. So, I've Emily and Julia, I've prepared some general questions that I would like to ask you to basically explain this Doctorate of Healthcare Business program and how this would benefit people and also how they would actually apply for this program. So again, thank you so much for coming on a Sunday with us. Emily, I'm going to start this question. Basically, first question is yours. So tell us, why do we need this type of doctorate in healthcare business program altogether? Why do you think it's necessary?
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Javid, for coming on and hosting. I first want to say thank you to Dr. Shah. I know he's off to taking care of another project, but I want to say thank you to Dr. Shah for having that vision to create the community of the doctors of the Global Summits Institute, where we're going to come together and really help solve the healthcare problems that when we get together and talk about with different disciplines, medicine, dentistry, optometry, chiropractic, we find out that we all have the same issues. We have similar challenges, and sometimes the solutions are the same. So as we all know, with all the doctors, and especially in dentistry, we always emphasize on the clinical skills. You go to school, out of the 4 years of school, you spend a little bit more than 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, focusing on clinical skills. And then you're not taught the soft skills, the skills on how to talk to patient, how to quote, sell, right, or present a treatment plan, how to deal with insurance, how to go out there and do marketing and let people know about you, so then more patients can come in, so you can serve more people and make a difference in your community. So the gap there is the gap between the clinical skills and the business acumen, where we can be a successful business owner. Because as you know, and Dr. Javid, you run successful offices and you run a whole program teaching surgery, right? The
Right.
academy, yeah, of oral surgery. And it's, those are the skills that are beyond our 4 year of training. And we have such programs, right? Like your program,
That's right.
to help doctors grow. But if the doctors say, how do I get more new patients? They're going to have to rely on a consultant, some kind of ad agency. But the challenge there is sometimes they lack that knowledge. And it's not because we don't know. It's because it wasn't taught to us. Maybe we didn't set the time to learn, right? For me, I've been very blessed from the very beginning back in 1994 when I get out of school. Um, I started reading some magazines and newsletters, and then Dental Town, which is a dental platform internationally, came into place where I go there to get my resources, right? It's a process of self-learning, getting bits and pieces. And when I had the opportunity to buy different offices, I kind of learn as I go. If somebody else did not have that experience, then they would never have learned those particular strategies that
That's
I
right.
learned by chance. So this program, and you can kind of see the picture there on the lower part of the screen, is a program that we're going to address the financial part, the business administration, excuse me, and we introduced a research part where we're really going to help the doctors grow their um, arsenal, put it that way, right, of knowledge, where they can come in and maybe serve in the university, or maybe they decide to go out and work with big corporations doing research, which I find that a lot of us, sometimes that's part of our passion. And it just broaden your knowledge, make your career more fulfilled, help you be more successful, so you can have a happy life.
Emily, I would like to say something about that. I've been doing this for 20 years, and um, I've used many different companies. They all come, and then everybody comes and they give you this big speech about how they're gonna get you customers, or how you're gonna market, or you basically invest in people. You basically take your money and invest in people, and you find out after a while, you find out that every time you did that, basically you burnt your money because it wasn't really successful. So I think I would be a good example of this because obviously I didn't have this type of education at that point, so I had to learn this the hard way. So I had to make the mistake, and obviously so this is basically like a fast track to get to basically to get to where you want to be, and basically you can say that this is investing in yourself, not in somebody else. So you'll learn how to do it, and you won't make the
Yes,
mistake that I made.
yes, and I'm so honored because we have assembled, we as in Dr. Shah and you, and our team, we've assembled a group of doctors who practice like real practice, right? No, nobody is just sitting behind a desk. Everybody is in practice. We got doctors, physicians, we got optometrists, we've got pharmacists, we've got chiropractor, we've got dentists, and we are international from different. I think we probably cover all different continents, and we bring in that practical knowledge. So we are not going to sit there and talk about theory. We're going to talk about how to deal with a problem patient the next day. We're going to talk about how to sell this treatment plan, how to give people options. We talk about telehealth, how to communicate with the patient when they're not even in your office. So these are all very practical, and that's what I love about this program, because I'm just very similar to you. After I've been in practice for a couple of years, then of course I started investing in consultants and different programs and pay multiple six figures. I don't regret that because they always give the ROI. What it didn't help was it was span out for over so many years, right? Every time you feel that you're in plateau, you go, oh, I need to go get some help, right? This program is giving you all the foundation, and we even have experts from other industry come in to talk about this, so you get a full picture of what you will encounter during your years, and so it's like giving you all the tools, and you can just access it whenever you're ready to access it.
Perfect. Thank you, Emily. Okay, so Julio,
Yeah.
Could you talk about this doctor of healthcare business and tell us how does this work? What are the tracks and uh, how many hours and all that?
Yeah, we're gonna have three tracks. We developed this DHB with three tracks. The first one is about a financial track. The second one is a business and administration track, and the third one is a research track. So the idea of dividing this in three parts is because we have a lot of lacks when you are doing your studies in any healthcare division that you're working with. So what we found is we have to learn, and we have to make all the doctorates that they're gonna have to solve everyday's problem from their personal finance to a corporate finance. It's totally, we're gonna have a whole vision of how to manage your financial part. If you are gonna be just a doctor or you're gonna be just entrepreneur, because when you are working with this, what usually happen with all the people who take this kind of doctorates of this kind of studies is that many people when they find out when they finish the school, they said, well, I'm too young to learn about administrative parts or a finance part of my profession. I would like to do to the clinical. And maybe and the years goes by, and when you are too old, you say, I'm too old for this, and they never do it. What we are trying to give is with this doctorate is to all the doctors that we're having to have the right knowledge in the financial part, and not only in the financial part. We can also we will also prepare all the doctors in the business administration, how to deal with that, how to do a marketing campaign for your office, and how to work with all the tools that you have at your hands with your online tools and your practical tools to make your business growth. And that's the idea. And we're not talking about only the financial part and the business administration. We're talking about research also, and research is very important part of our work. Research is what gives us the liability that we're looking for, and to make a strong work and a strong service to our patients. So if you want to work with any company in the research part, you're going to be prepared for that. If you want to make a paper, you can do the paper and you can present that to our communities. So not only that, these three tracks will bring all the healthcare areas bring together and work as a whole thing. It's like a group, a very strong group. And doctors, you can see dentists working with MDs, working with chiropractors, working with pharmacists, whatever. It's going to work. It will make a whole union of all the specialties in medicine. What
That's
for?
great. That's great. That's great, Julie. Because as an educator myself, it's not easy to say run practices or run a practice and then write papers or be involved in research project, and it's not just not that it's not easy. It's not easy to find those people that they're gonna let you in to this project that say you're interested, and of course I know best that we have that network of doctors all around the world who are basically doing research in all different type of universities and programs and so it would be easy for us to be able to network these new doctors who go through this program with what they really want to do. So and that's a
Yeah,
great
sure.
yeah.
And also to share experiences, because it's a totally different experience that we're gonna have in the States, that we're gonna have in South America, or maybe in Europe, or maybe in Asia. It's gonna be different, but we have many things that are in common, and we will have the point of view of many people from all around the world to enhance what we're doing with this DHP.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Emily, back to you. Tell us, obviously this is not a, simple program. It's it's a doctorate program. And how does this program, fits to a doctor's busy schedule? And, how can they do this while they're working and, have a full-time job, basically?
Well, this program's going to take 10 years. No, I'm just kidding. This program, well, like I said earlier, I am so excited with this program is because of its practicality, right? The faculty and the students are working, and we all have our own goal. We want to go to the office, do a certain amount of production, get a certain amount of collection. We need to spend time with our family. So we are hosting all the lectures online. And we the way we see it is we're going to finish this program in 2 years. It's going to be 23 modules of 5 weeks each, and you're going to be investing about 6 hours every week. Now you may say, well, that's a lot of time. Well, 6 hours may be an hour a day. If you look at it in that sense, you do have the time. The key thing is how much faster do you want to change the way you practice? Because when you have these key elements and this foundation and all the insights on how to fast track your business growth, then you would want to go back and implement it, right? And that's why we're making it short. We're making it very practical. We're making it online, so you can do it in the comfort of your home. You could be in Peru with Dr. Julio, right? You could be in India with Dr. Prasin. You could be over in Europe with Dr. Gurian, and you are learning the same thing because it's addressing the same challenge. So we're talking about short modules weekly. You can do that at your, not while you're practicing, like you can still practice and still fit it into your schedule. There's obviously an investment, just like anything, right? Anytime you want to grow,
Of course, yes.
yeah, you want an ROI, you're gonna have to invest. So in this case, we're talking about investing the time for yourself to grow your business.
Oh, that's great. So that means the students don't need to take off from their, like travel or go somewhere else to sit in a class, but they could do this basically at the comfort of their home and or their office or whatever it is, and just join these classes and be able to earn a doctorate degree.
Yes, absolutely. So we design it where they can take the tracks concurrently, kind of like 2 tracks at a time. So that way we would only, be using up to 6 hours or so per week, because we do respect the time that everybody have. There's an investment in time, but yet it's not overwhelming.
Perfect.
You don't have to take time off, because every time you take time off and travel, you lose that time with your family and you lose that time with your practice. And
Right.
this is, think of it as if you were planning a long case in your office, right? And you
Right.
block out a couple hours once a
Sure.
month, twice a month. This is the exact same concept.
Absolutely. I feel like everyone has some sort of extra time that we spend it on things that, if we decide to, let's say, devote that to a program, that could easily be managed, and we could just make some small changes and be able to, like you said, 1 hour a day. I'm sure, people have 1 hour a day. It could be, just cutting away from other things that we do, watching TV, say, for an hour or something. And definitely that would be very beneficial. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So, Julio, tell us a little bit about this diploma and this program, and what do basically have to do to earn this diploma or this program? Is this
Well, the diploma is an international diploma. It's when we're talking about it's going to be certified by the HEX Commission, and this is a diploma that will serve as a DHP for the whole world. It's not related by any country. It's for everyone.
Right.
So the idea and the accreditation is going to be done by the HEX Commission. It's a group of doctors with the knowledge and the representation that we need. And the Global Summits Institute is gonna give the diploma that we're having. So this is a wonderful. It's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful tool for every doctor. It's gonna make a difference in their practice and the knowledge that they have about this kind of work. That DHP is going to be a part of their name, and it's going to be something that is going to enhance a lot what they are doing. And that's the idea of this.
Perfect. That sounds good because like you say, this not only belongs to one country or one region, but
Yeah.
it's universal, pretty much. That in any country that's great. Yeah, that's an amazing degree.
Mhm.
Very, very interesting. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Emily, back to you. So. Uh, Tell us a little bit about the makeup of this program, and as far as the faculty goes, the program goes, and also how practical this is. I know we talked about it a little bit, but maybe go into the detail of the faculty and the program and all that.
Yes, so just like Dr. Julio just said, right? You earn a degree, and I would liken this to people who work tirelessly for the fellowship, right? Like a
Okay.
like a fellowship in AGD or fellowship in
Sure.
your program
Yeah.
where there's time involved, there's financial investment involved, and you know that the people who are teaching the program and the requirement of the program will definitely indicate that you're one of those leaders, right? That you're one of the dedicated student. So the way we structure this, we got doctors who are teaching different specialties, so they're already on top of their game, right? There are some doctors who have uh, who've been working with big big companies. Uh, I won't name any because you can easily go to the website, which we're going to mention in a little bit, and just read the CV of all these doctors. One of our faculty has a CV of 21 pages. So, so these are doctors who are well qualified, who want to give back to the community because of the vast knowledge that they've attained over the years. And like I said, my most favorite part about this program is being practical. We're not going to teach theory. We don't need to explain to you, statistics and some of these other things that maybe when you go to an MBA, that's what you learn, or the history of this and that. We don't need that. We just need the practicality, and it's being taught by doctors who are in practice, doctors who have already done that. And then the difference, one of the big difference here is some of the doctors have their own mentors or experts that they've been working with, and they are bringing those people into the equation to help share the knowledge. For example, one of our colleagues and one of the faculty, Dr. Pavel Krastev, he is the owner of several patents in the surgery in dentistry, and he is bringing in his attorney, who has helped him get these patents to share the knowledge. I'm personally bringing in my mentor, Sharon Lecter. She co-wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I had invited her to come in and teach a segment of personal finance. Because as you can earn all the money, but if you don't know how to manage it, you're not going to
Absolutely.
have much at the end. So when we bring in these experts, and these are not, I'm sure these experts, you can pay them to come in and teach you in certain ways, but these are experts that we have personal connections with, right? And they said yes before we say, I'm going to try to pay you X, right? Because they believe in what we're doing. They know that it's needed because while they're coaching and consulting with the professionals, they see that lack right there. So this is one way, instead of working with a consultant, um, bringing them in and paying them every month and hope that it works. We're giving you the foundation, and we're giving you something that you can immediately work with, and you already have, you're going to have access to some of these world-renowned leaders, just through our program, besides plugging into our network of the top 100 doctors and the other doctors of the Global Summits Institute.
Right.
So it's such a big thing that we're doing. And I don't think there's, well, it's not like I don't think, I know there's no other program out there. You can go get an MBA, but again, are you going to be plugging with this network of dentists? Are you going to get just practical information? And you're probably going to have to go to school, um, or if you're just going to go online, how practical is it if it's not a focus in healthcare business? How practical is it for you to take that back and implement in your practice? And I'm really excited with all the faculty. There are 13 of us that represent multiple disciplines, and everybody's well qualified. I think if we add up all the years, we probably have more than 300 years of experience altogether.
Wow.
So it's quite a body of knowledge.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And like you say, again, the idea is, yes, the consultant is great. Yes, there's so much, there's so much help we can get, but I guess this program will help you become a consultant, right? Pretty much, you be able to take charge, and you know all the basically ins and outs, and what basically other doctors have done, and what worked and what didn't work, and basically investing in yourself. So that, I think that's great. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So back to you, Julio. So what is the so who can basically apply for this program? What is the doctor's profile, or is it has to be a doctor, or what is the qualification to?
just just to have a degree of a doctor, as a doctor. So if you are a doctor, if you want to learn and you have to grow in your practice, you have to reach for this kind of
To
DHD.
get into the program, you have to be a doctor. This is only for doctors.
It's only for doctors. It's only for doctors. So what we need to do is something is this degree is going to be totally different. It's going to open your mind. It's going to change the way you look things, because you're going to see some things that are not you're not aware of. So the idea is to open your mind, to the financial part, the marketing part, the research part, and also innovation part of these degrees. So you will not see your office the way you're looking at every day. You're gonna see as a startup. It's gonna begin. It's gonna be the beginning, and you're gonna do the effort, and you're gonna be you will have to follow the line that you are having in the DHB to bring your practice to grow and to be a bigger practice, and you're gonna grow with it. So the idea of this, if you are a doctor, if you want to change your life, if you want to change the way you are looking things, and you want to grow up and do new things in the healthcare business and in your healthcare environment, you have to take this DHB.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. So back to you, Emily. My next question um, for you is that about the financial aspect of this, and we kind of talked about time a little bit. So what is the investment the doctors need to make in this program?
Yes, so the very first thing we ask anybody who may want to join this is, how much do you want to improve your own life and your own business, which ultimately will improve the life of your family and for you to make an impact on your community, right? So, because I think this program is going to change lives, not just your life, but the lives of the people that you're responsible for or you're touching every day. So the investment, like I mentioned earlier, we set it up where it's going to be 5 weeks, 5 weeks length modules. You're taking it online. So the total is 91 weeks, which work out to be about 2 years, right about 2 years, which is similar to any of the, let's just say a DBA program, right? Which is very general because it doesn't specifically apply to our healthcare business. So it's a 2 years program. You're investing about 6 hours a week. In the courses are 5 weeks each. And the investment for the 2 years program is 60,000. Now, if you look at it and you go 60,000, how much is that? If I were to break it down in just simple dentistry term, that might be 8 Invisalign cases, right? It would be one full mouth rehab that you can invest. You do one of those cases, and you can invest in the program for the very first class, which we are starting in August of this year. The very first class, we call it the inaugural class. We're gonna give you a discount of $10,000 off, so it's gonna be 50,000 for the 2 years program. We have set up financial options, meaning you can apply for financing for the programs. You can pay in full. You can apply for financing. There are multiple options for you. If you need to inquire about in-house financing, we have that option too. We don't want it to be, a hurdle for you to overcome, because, like I said earlier, I know that when you invest in this program and you learn all these practical things, and it's specifically designed for growth and for making your business run more efficiently and smoother, uh, whatever you learn every week, you're going to be able to apply that and immediately get a return on your investment. So if you think, if we talk, we take 3 hours talking about marketing, and we give you 5 ways to bring in a new patient, and each of your patient, the average value when they come in, let's just say it's $2,000-3,000, which is kind of the national average on the lower end. If you can bring in a couple of patients, that's already bring in a couple of thousands every week. And so you can easily justify investing in this program to grow your business.
Perfect, perfect. So I'm kind of sharing that page on the program of the Global Summit Institute, Universal School of Health, and that is basically showing. So we have it, obviously a $10,000 discount for the first people who are going to enroll. So that's great. That's a great saving right there. Perfect. Okay. All right. So later on, we'll give some more information, as well as the link and where people can go to sign up. Perfect. So back to you, Julio. Can you tell us about, as far as somebody who wants to have a successful business, and what's the focus, and on this, how do people, how are we going to train these people to be successful businessmen? Basically, that's my question for me.
Yes, to be successful in any business, you have to do something that I've been working with for a long, long time, and that's entrepreneurship. You have to give a fresh point of view to the whole business and your whole business. And maybe you can do it many ways. You can do it in your practice. You can do it if you find that you can do a small device or something to improve the kind of work that you're doing. You will know how to do it, and you will know. We have people like Dr. Pavel Krastev, who is always been an entrepreneur and a great entrepreneur, have many patents and all that stuff. And
Sure.
what we need to do is to make these ideas to become a reality. So the idea is to help our students how to do it, and do it with people with the experience and the knowledge to how to bring it to a reality. So the idea of this, the idea of the DHB is not only about research financial management, it's about also about innovation. So innovations could be in your office also. So when you're going to do the program, you're going to finish with your thesis and with your project, and your project could be your practice. The project could be something that you want to create, and many things that we're gonna have is gonna change the way you're looking things, and the way you're looking. You're gonna think about your practice and your life as a doctor at the
I see.
doctor
I see.
business.
So basically, show them a different way of looking at things and investing and all that, and how to make a business out of it.
Yes.
Profitable business, because yeah, there's a lot of businesses. So is it profitable or is not profitable is the question, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you for that, Julio. Okay, Emily. So this program, obviously, I'm familiar with the people that are involved with this in this program, and I know they're most all of them are successful. Whether uh, that is that they have many clinics, or they have created a product that is being sold, or many different aspect of business. And I know, so, but can you give a guarantee to these doctors that they're going to invest their money and time in here? That how do you I always, like, when I want to buy something, I want to make sure that, okay, what, I'm gonna take something, I might just, is there a guarantee? Is there something that you can tell us about that?
Yes, well, there's a saying that there are only two guarantee in life, which is taxes and death, right? So you're asking me to get, no, I'm just kidding. I think the guarantee that I would say is it's going to change your life. Because imagine if you invest in the program, you do the work, meaning you actually attend the class, right? And if we give you three strategies to bring in more new patients, you actually go and apply that. If you don't want to be the one doing it yourself, you're going to delegate that to your office staff, right? If we're talking about fixing your personal finance, focusing on the numbers, looking at the cash flow, and then if you have extra income, go and invest in it, right? Or if you have that thing, that dream nagging at you to invent something or to go do research, you actually follow that. You follow your heart, because we're going to give you the steps on how to do that. But obviously, you have to go do it yourself. So imagine if you get better in running your business, you're going to have less stress. If you have better ways of looking at your finance and you actually invest and grow your finance, grow your net worth, you're going to have a better future. And that is peace of mind. I don't know how you're going to go by that, right? You're going to have peace of mind. If you're going to be able to fulfill your dream, whether it's doing some research or you inventing something, or in my particular case, for example, I decided to start a whole other career besides dentistry, doing, speaking, consulting, high performance coaching. And to me, it's a calling. And if I can fulfill that calling, then I feel great. I feel more fulfilled. I don't feel like it's more work, because it's what I want to do, right? When it's something that you love to do, you don't feel that it's work.
That's
So
right.
so the guarantee I have is that it's gonna change your life. If you have better finance, you have better business, if you feel more fulfilled, um, what else, what else do you want to guarantee on? I don't think if you're going to work with a consultant that they would actually say, you know what, I'm going to guarantee that you're going to feel better in your life. Because in this case, I think we cover all the bases. We cover the research, where if you think that at some point you want to be a consultant for big corporation, you will be able to put that on your resume, right? That, hey, I don't
Right.
even just run my business, I also do research. And it's a whole idea of positioning yourself for the best opportunities. And I think if you can grab the best opportunities for yourself and change your life that way, then this is the program for you. But and the nice thing about it is it's about your whole life, your business life and your personal life. And I think it's a really, really big deal. The main guarantee I would say is whatever you invest in it, the return is going to be multiple.
Yeah, absolutely. I think here you're talking about passion here, right? Talking about passion, where if doing dentistry not necessarily is a passion. It's a work. So we get to learn it and we do it, make some money. But once you find your passion is where you really start seeing and enjoying that thing that you do every day. So I guess this is a way of for doctors to find their passion easier and basically be happy and enjoy what they do every day.
Yes, it's like what you do, right? You enjoy teaching. So
Right.
you hold courses,
That's right.
you host programs, you give uh, certificates, for people who attend your program. It's that next level that would give people the fulfillment, correct? Because
Absolutely.
everybody can go and take, I don't know, an implant course or a PRF course. Why would they want that fulfillment where they're going to be connected to your program, to your group, learning from you? Because then they got the peer support, and they know that they're at that next level, and it's just they're not going to say, well, yeah, I went to 3 weeks of this. No, I got a certificate from Dr. Kivon, and he's a diplomat, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's the same idea, except this is the whole business aspect of it. Because like I said at the very beginning, there's no shortage in going out there and getting a post-grad program as far as specialty, right? There's a lot of schools, a lot of specialty program. There's no program teaching people business, which is what's going to make a big difference in their life. If somebody go take your course and they come back but they don't know how to market themselves, they don't know how to position themselves, then they're not effectively treating that program and giving it everything that it deserves.
That's right. No, absolutely. And I can, I can tell as a, witness that, this, this network that we have is one of a kind. And, if, just like you, I feel like sharing is one of my passion. I like to share. And that's why I like to educate people. And I like to empower people, that's what it is, so I feel like when I empower people, it helps me in a way to get to where I want to be or what I want to do. So, and I feel like that's one common, denominator that we all have, in this program. Hey, Dr. Shah, good to have you back.
Hey, thank you for having me back. I'm just sitting back here and absorbing it all, and it's very exciting to see the things that we can do internally as doctors. As you know, this is part related to the doctor-to-doctor movement, and it's for all doctors. When we approached Kevon, Emily, and Julio to put this program together, they brought in fellow colleagues and leaders of industry that have succeeded well in their respective fields, be it pharmacy, optometry, chiropractic, medical, and all these different verticals. And our intent is to put our minds together to these various programs that we have built together. And I think it exceeds now 20 projects that are led by different doctors in this whole concept of the doctors uniting from an administrative, financial, as well as an academic perspective to solve the issues that we have in the healthcare industry. So in addition to all the benefits of getting plugged in with us and our outreach, you'll be able to readily pick up the phone or email or what have you and reach anyone that works with us very quickly towards the DHP program. So it's not only an educational thing to increase your business acumen, but you have to provide a solution. For a decade, I've been looking at these groups and all these other entities that are out there that discuss the issues that we face, such as the problems with insurance companies, third parties, interference with the patient-doctor relationship, problems with our colleagues that are in the later ages that can't retire and work into their 60s and 70s because they made poor business decisions in their earlier career, or they didn't have the business training that they needed in professional schools. Us doctors can get together and solve this. And it takes a step to get it done. You can't just go into groups and then complain to other colleagues. Nothing happens. You have to actually create a system that fixes the problem from the roots, from the etiology of it. Not treating the symptoms. So yeah, it's very exciting to hear the things that you discussed. Maybe Emily, you can touch up on some of the other doctors that have joined us. As you know, the operation has grown tremendously since the global interdisciplinary summit that we had last year. But maybe you can give us a little bit of idea. We also have listened to the Hex Commission, and we have learned the issues that we all face. What do you think they have to bring to the table? Because it's not all about all on X's, and it's about the entire issue of business, which is half of the equation in the healthcare setting. And it's also not just for the healthcare setting, it's for the entire supply chain. So if somebody doesn't want to practice more and wants to get into administrative side of things, they'll get that through DHP. But maybe you can give us a little bit of an idea of who these faculty members are and where they come from, just in general.
Yes, we had quickly mentioned that earlier. We've got doctors from different parts of the world. I was saying that we probably cover several continents. We have doctors who, all of them have successful businesses. All of them have a passion to share, and all of them are successful in other things. We don't have somebody who just own a practice and then come in and share. I mentioned that you are the visionary and you hold patterns. You started the Global Summits Institute. You got several projects that you're helping to launch. Dr. Javid um, got his whole Academy of Oral Surgery. He teaches. He give fellowship or whatever level of expertise that he recognized people for investing their time in learning. Dr. Julio is in Lima, Peru, right? And uh, he's an educator. He teaches, he lectures, he holds his conferences down there in South America. He's also into real estate investment recently. We had a little chat about looking at facilities for our program. We got Dr. Alan Chong based in Canada. He's a chiropractor and he also has multiple practices. Then we have Dr. Gurian, who is a PhD. He's based out in Albania. He's gonna spearhead our accreditation with the HEX Commission, and our big vision is to accredit programs that really follow the Hippocratic Oath, to serve our professions to the best of our ability. Dr. Pritinder Singh is from India. He lectures internationally. Even though he's in India, it seems like every week he's teaching something and writing another paper. Dr. Jerome Morris is a physician based out of Phoenix, practices with his wife. He can tell you all about the doctor to doctor movement. I told him it's the intimate doctor and doctor movement in your office, how to work with partners and associates and to grow your business, because that's the only way you can really exponentially grow your business. So I am just totally in awe of all the doctors who are part of this particular program, and I think that's the unique part about the program. Is it we are not just talking about one profession, one vertical. We're talking about our whole big global industry of different verticals and addressing some of the issues that you just mentioned a little bit earlier. Things about insurance, or the supply chain. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to be the problem solver, right? Like you said, you could go to a group and complain or just chat with your friend. But what if we all put our heads together and share, these are the main problems that we're dealing with, these are the challenges, these are the headaches. And then sometimes we have common ways of solving the problem. Something that pharmacy do, maybe it's going to help dentistry. Something dentistry do, maybe helping medicine. So it's a whole think tank that we're putting together with all these faculty, and we're gifting this to the world. The investment of time or money to get the knowledge from all of us, I think is minimal compared to what the doctors are going to get out from this program.
That's amazing.
And
That's amazing.
something that I should say about this, the whole thing, as you say, Dr. Javed, is we need to empower the people to make leaders in our industry. We have to make leaders to bring all the new students and all the new people in this healthcare business to being to become bigger and do better things for our patients. That is the whole idea, and that's what brings this idea to become a reality. Uh, that's mostly what we need to do, to
That,
empower people to be leaders in
yeah,
our
that's
field.
amazing. And then, and the fact that we have so many different doctors who are, we have innovators, we have inventors, and we have, coaching doctors, like say for Emily, and um, even Dr. Shaw, so there's people who can basically give you this dose of empowerment, in the project that you want to do, and yeah, that's really an amazing group of people you have there in the program. And then one more question, last question, Julia, I have from you is that also is that what do you think is the future of this kind of new doctors? That's my last question from you. What do you suspect, or what do you say that this doctor will become?
These doctors will become part of the world's new healthcare environment. The healthcare environment is changing a lot. We have many entrepreneurs. Much money is getting inside the research and the growing of this healthcare industry. So what we need is to have doctors who are already they are committed, and also to know everything about how to run this healthcare business. And we're gonna have these doctors in the industry working with pharmacists, working in medical institutions, working in dental institutions, working everywhere, and sharing what they know about all these business administrations, innovation, research, and they can be leaders and can show all the people what they are trying to do is to enhance the whole profession and to enhance what is healthcare, health, health, healthcare environment, and all over the world. We're gonna have people doing this doctorate in India, doing people in South America, people in Europe, Africa, Asia, and the States. And it's gonna be a world movement that we're gonna have, and that's what we're looking for. To as I told you before, to
Right.
empower people to be leaders.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. But so much information. Great. Thank you, Dr. Shaw. Do you have anything to add here for us?
I mean, Kevon, as you know, I've spent a long time running from city to city across the world, picking up continuing education. But one thing I can tell you is that the best thing I've ever done in my career is to do an MBA International Business. The problem with that was half the program never applied to what I do in clinical practice or in the innovations that we're part of, the intellectual property, new companies, new projects. But it was by far the best move I made after dental school is to acquire additional business skills. And the way I did it was I was doing it at nighttime and weekends. It wasn't structured that way. Our program will be, but it was during full-time practice. And the minute I got out of that, many doors opened up because I understood how business works, what people are looking for, how to empower and enable others. And as a consequence, you will be empowered and enabled yourself. The website that we would like for individuals that are interested, and this is eligible to all healthcare providers across the world that have graduated from an accredited school in their country. Globalization has sort of put us into a place where domestic and one country type situations don't work anymore. We get our supplies from here, from there. We get some of it locally. We get some of it internationally. All of our techniques and technologies and products and services are integrating on a global scale. And it's been going on for a couple of decades. So to stay sustainable, one needs to get on that train and to have a little bit of an acumen on an international scale in business will be very, very valuable to every doctor here. Because for those parties, and I'm going to step out of the box here, for the parties that take advantage of us as doctors, as healthcare providers, that have no fraternity to this industry, it does not serve them well to have well-trained, well-educated, strong business mind doctors out in commerce, well-informed doctors. They just need doctors that can turn the wheels based on their standardized and centralized operations. This is a decentralized operation. We grow as we work as a unit, and these projects are there solely to enable doctors. And we hope that you will join us in this adventure. And to get started, Dr. Javid, I would say that there is a link we put up where you can inquire about the program. We kind of need to get to know you a little bit. This is a very strong relationship mastermind group that develops, and many projects and opportunities develop out of it. So there's a short letter of intent that you write. You tell us a little bit about yourself, where you graduate from, what kind of a doctor you are, and what you're looking to do. And we will get back to you very quickly with the next steps as to how to register and the acceptance process through this program. And we hope to expand it across the world without any borders. That would be my take on it.
So I'm just going to summarize everything you said pretty much. This is what I took from it. You took an MBA, and you take an MBA in here, you would have to spend at least I think the program costs about $150,000, $120,000, $150,000, for a couple of years. And you said that the program you took, it wasn't really so emphasized on the field that you were getting into, but you get general information. But you're saying, so this program for say a quarter of the amount of the dollar amount that you have to spend, and it's much more focused. And obviously we can give people not only the business but also the clinical and networking. Those are the stuff that really you don't get when you take those other programs.
Since 2013, we've spent probably millions in putting this infrastructure together, bringing people together, all of the institutions and academies we have set up together with the team. And ultimately, that MBA was great. It was 3-4 times the cost. It didn't cater to what I needed to get out exactly in terms of what my day-to-day operation was like. A lot of our doctors, we understand doctors, and it's about some doctors wanting to get out of clinical practice. Some love it. How do I do that if I want to get out, if I want to publish, if I want to research, if I want to start a company, if I want to grow my business that way, do less clinicals, and vice versa. So that didn't cater that way. It was about accounting, and we have accountants for that. About legal stuff, we have legal for that. We need things that matter to us, our personal finance, our investments, our how do we get out of debt, especially a big topic today. How do we set ourselves up for a future? What does it take to invent something and get it protected? What are all the tips and tricks in the business environment, entire supply chain, not just your clinicals. There's some clinical courses in there too, but ultimately very catered, specific to doctors, what our needs are. After working with thousands of doctors in different capacities, we understand what challenges we face in the entire spectrum of the medical industry through the different verticals that we have. So now it's time to address those and cater directly to the doctor and empower the doctor. So the idea is that one doctor will be more empowered than any other entity in the world through the system. But it takes a little bit of working together and getting engaged into the program and going through the modules and learning all of the stuff that we would like to teach and pass on. So essentially, this is not a profit-driven business. I mean, tuition of public schools are now more than what we're looking for. This is more in getting our overhead needs met and creating business-minded doctors that can impact the industry, and while doing so, also have a great life themselves.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate on that a little bit, is that our program is designed to fill in that gap, right? You're a great clinician. how do you become a great business person. And we've had several of the doctors in the program have a master, right? And it's in clinical or even a PhD. So what about mastership in your business? So that's what this basically is. And we have the research aspect, so that's why you get the doctorate degree. And like I mentioned earlier, this is all about making your business better, so your life will be better. A lot of time, most people don't complain about clinical things, right? Maybe you do an implant and it broke off or it didn't integrate, something like that. But you can go back and address that. If you have a really weak part in your business, how did you how do you address that? You don't want to just at that point go get a consultant or somebody to come in and just help you with that. You want a big picture. You want the structure. You want the system, and you want to learn it from colleagues who have done it well, and who have the connection with other industry leaders. And that's what this program is all about.
And connections are everything, Emily, as you know, right?
Yes,
Knowing
absolutely.
people and what you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know, a lot of times in the business world. And knowing one person will prevent you from having to climb up the corporate ladder, for example, if you need something as a doctor. So connections are everything. We're putting it all on the table for our colleagues, not just this program. So great points made.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today for this wonderful, insightful session we had, Dr. Shaw. So are we sharing the link? Is that been shared and all that?
Yeah, I put the link on the thread, on the comments thread, and then Shul also put the CE continuing education credit link that they can follow and get their certificate for.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your
Thank
time. We
you.
look forward to see you guys on the other side.
Take
Yes.
care.
Looking
Bye-bye.
forward. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.